Hi everyone, welcome to my demo impressions for Valkyrie Elysium demo that is out on the PS Store from yesterday. The game is out this year, so I tried the demo to see if this is yet another title I'll squeeze into my already tight schedule. Let's start with a bit of information. First Valkyrie profile game has been released in '99 for the original PlayStation consoles, first in Japan, later on in North America. Following titles followed a similar approach, and mostly these games are praised amongst the gaming community. Valkyrie Elysium is the first installment which changed the combat and the gameplay of the series, so I for one have my doubts about it. Therefore, this demo served perfectly to see what the fuss is all about, whether there is a fuss in the first place, and why are we getting yet another action RPG from Square Enix. The series is notable for featuring elements from Norse mythology, so maybe that is something you would like to pursue. I do. I would like to point out that this game is developed by Soleil Incorporated, not 3A's, but considering their last entry was a mobile game called Valkyrie Elysium, which I didn't play, this is, if you ask me, already a better step. I don't know if this title is a spin-off or a main entry, but for sure it's a fresh attempt on the modern Valkyrie series. As usual, you will control a certain Valkyrie and you will serve Odin. What the story brings I have no idea, but first impressions about these segments are mediocre, but there is not a lot of revealed in this demo. I will try to restrain myself for commenting when the animations are playing, so enjoy and see you in the tutorial part.
Odin stood and fought against the ferocious wolf and its forces in Asgard. But soon, their conflict would envelop all the worlds in war and chaos. The battle waged on incessantly, splitting the sea and sundering the earth. Innumerable lives were lost and the worlds faced utter destruction. No resolution to the conflict seemed in sight. Then, one day, at the climax of their vicious battle, Fenrir sunk its fangs into Odin's neck, tearing his windpipe, and Odin impaled the beast's skull with his spear, Gungnir. The two could fight no longer, signifying the end of the war on Asgard. However, the destruction did not cease. The mighty blast of Hjalmarhorn echoed through the lands, proclaiming the coming end. Versed as he was in the seeress's prophecy, Odin knew all too well that the world was already in the throes of Ragnarok. It was a prophecy that foretold of the end to all things. The twilight of the world before its return to nothingness. In one last attempt to defy this fate, Odin created a new class of gods.
So here we go. This is the start of the tutorial. The tutorial mission will show you the basics of the game, of the combat, of everything, how to summon minions, how to use skills, well, basic stuff. I will skip the whole tutorial and I will just show you the boss of the tutorial mission, because everything will come in the chapter 1, so it makes no sense to repeat the content. Well, not to repeat the content, but the mechanics and everything. There is nothing to collect through the tutorial mission, so it just makes no sense to show it.
The holy laws decree.
Okay, here we go. First boss in the game, tutorial boss. Yeah, this is the moment when I realized this game is a really big button masher, which I really don't like. But well, later enemies aren't that easy. That like this one is. This boss is really easy. You just dodge and well, while using these minions that you call with R1 and then some button like I think it's triangle and circle button, then when you call them, if the enemy is weak against the element you're using by using your minions, well, you will stagger him. I don't know what's called here. It's like a magic stagger or something. When you stagger him, he's down for some time. Then you can attack his weak point, and well, look at this. It's so easy. Yeah, it's really easy. One thing also to which I didn't mention in this game, there are no levels, so you're not collecting experience. Instead, you will be collecting these gems from different colors, and yeah, well, then you use these gems to level up your weapons, or you can learn new skills which will expand the combo movesets. And in this demo you will find two weapons, so the combinations are quite good, I would say, although you don't have these minions except for the tutorial part, which is now, and after this you will lose them, but you will find a lot of magic skills that you can set on your shortcut. And overall it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad for the first 2 hours. I was kind of afraid that it would be really simple and you'll just mash your way through, but later enemies in chapter 1, yeah, you can't just mash. You need just to be careful a little bit. Maybe if you play on hard difficulty, maybe it's even better than this was, but on normal I would say it's okay. The difficulty is okay. Okay.
Valkyrie, heed my words. Ragnarok tears our world asunder. All we hold precious lies on the brink of annihilation. The war on Asgard and Midgard snuffed out the life spark of many. And I am left, gravely injured from battle with that wicked wolf. That is why I created you, my vassal of peace. I, Odin All-Father, command you. Become my tool of intervention and save this world from doom.
As you command.
Travel to Midgard and purify its lost souls. Even as we speak, the stagnating souls multiply. Purification will stem the effects of Ragnarok.
It shall be done as you wish, All-Father.
So after you do this, now you will have access to inventory, which you didn't had before, and you can see that you can find your items, which you know consists of materials, of weapon scrolls, and everything, of all collectibles you can find through the game. This equip tab is the one where you will use, to equip new weapons, new skills for your Valkyrie, and there is a skill tree under Valkyrie tab. And it's quite simple and it's not so bad, but I really miss the level up system, but it's not so bad. You collect these gems which I mentioned. They can be collected through the environment, which are barrels and everything along the way, which bore me a little bit because half of the time you need to destroy objects in your way if you want to collect them fast, the gems fast. And also one note, when you fill the maximum capacity of certain gem, then you cannot exceed that limit. When you reach the limit, just be sure to go under Valkyrie tab and use these gems to power up some of the upgrades. To learn some of the upgrades. You can also see the collection tab, which you can find, where you can find different collectibles, such as enemy information, everything related. And mostly that's it. This is the map. The map is quite good, it's quite detailed, and I really like the map. Inside this this is kind of a hub. It's a Valhalla, where the Odin is, your boss, your master. In here you can find the save point, of course, couple of rooms, which doesn't have any purpose so far. I don't know what they are about, because this is just a demo, and apparently you can't do much more than just saving and enhancing your weapons. So your first assignment is to go and play chapter 1, which is quite similar to tutorial mission, but of course it's a different location, but similar environments, and this is where we start. So let's start. This part feels a bit more refreshing to me when I compare this to the tutorial mission, because you see it's quite bigger map. It's not so simple map, it's not so linear, it's not so straightforward, and you can explore a bit. The environments are detailed, but not as much, I would say. And yeah, I don't like these gems appearing out of every second, third box along the way, because that way you just need to destroy everything on your way, and that takes like half of your time when you're exploring. You can also jump down, nothing happens, your HP depletes a bit. One weird thing about environment and the boundaries, the invisible walls in this game, at least in this demo and this level, I don't know where can I go and where can't I go. That's the problem. A bit, you will see a bit later on when I'll be jumping on some roofs. In here it's quite straightforward. You see where you can go. It's, well, you bring you just check your map, and on your map you see where you can go, where are the environments that can be used to travel upon. Yeah, you see, sometimes you just can't make the jump, and oh, these grappling mechanics. Oh my god, this is one of the worst things in recent games that I've encountered. I really hope they will polish this. It's so unnatural, it's really clunky, and the camera camera is not so bad, but when you combine camera with these grappling mechanics, you can aim up for these grappling points, but when you press the grappling button, nothing happens. Sometimes you just have to jump and then you can grapple, but usually I just end up falling down, and I really hope they fix that in the real version. But you know, there are good things, positive stuff in this game, which I like, and one of them is double jump. Of course, I really love double jump. It's one of my favorite game mechanics ever. I really love that. Double dump is the best. So having that, well, the game just got a little better. Although double jumping is it's not the best that I encountered in games, but it's also not so bad. And here we go, first enemy encounters. If you compare that with tutorial missions and with the first boss, they are more aggressive, they are a bit different. They actually dodge and they attack you, which is something I like. And during this chapter 1 you will see that the difficulty spike a bit raises as you progress. You can't just attack and that's it. When you have multiple enemies around you, you have to use your head a bit, you have to block, you have to dodge, which is something I salute. So good job with that. I hope the game is like that. I hope the game is not so easy, and I hope that I will not have to turn the difficulty to hard, although I don't mind that in games. But usually I play on normal because sometimes I really don't want to be frustrated. So normal feels good, feels quite enough in this game, which is something I like. Yeah, now you will see this jump. First, I think I will fall here, of course. Yeah, if you aim for the grappling point, basically you just have to press Alt L2, and yeah, you see I'm just pressing that like crazy, nothing happens. Yeah, you can also, I think you can also focus your aim, your how is it said? You can aim for this point and just use the grapple, but not from long distance. You have to get closer, and to get closer you have to jump. And when you're jumping, the camera is stiff, and oh my god, it's really frustrating. And it's just the beginning. If you get like complicated levels with a lot of layers and where you have to jump and use couple of combo grappling hooks, yeah, that will not be cool. Yeah, so for now, this is the worst thing in the game, and I really hate the grappling mechanics. Although the mechanic itself, the grappling hook, is quite good, and I like that, but just not in this game. And this is Shepard from Mass Effect. No, it's not. I don't get the point of this. What are these? Some kind of flowers with souls that you release when you interact with them. It's like a collectible in this game. I suppose you will have to collect them all through chapters to get some kind of a trophy. I still didn't see the trophy list, and if I'll play this game, probably I will do a trophy guide as well. But so far, I don't know. I'm not so impressed with collecting stuff in this game. Although I do like exploring and searching for stuff. There are there are good details along the way, so it's not boring. It's quite it's fun because I know I like the greenery and I like exploring games, and this game is not so linear as I thought it would be, so it has that exploration factor, I would say. Although, yeah, I don't like when everything is pointed out on the silver plate to you on the map. If you look at the map, you will see the blue dots, which represents these flower collectibles, which every flower collectible is basically showing you some kind of I don't know, it's some kind of an NPC or some character or dialogues or whatever. I don't know. I don't know at this point. I really don't know. They make no sense at this point. They are not so cool, I would say. They are just mediocre conversations, so I don't know what to expect from that. There are 28 during this chapter. I missed one, but I collected that one a bit later on when I was playing the subquests. Subquests are you can play them a little differently from this. Well, when you're playing this chapter, you can find some side quests, but you can't actually finish them. You have to play them separately. I will explain that a bit later, not during this run. I mean, I will talk about the side quests when I find one. So at this point, it's just about exploring, collecting the flowers, and yeah, just I don't know, destroying barrels, I guess. Half of the gameplay is destroying barrels. If I cut that out, probably this video would be half as long as it is now. So yeah, that's that. Like I said, exploration is not bad. So I hope there will be puzzles along the way and interesting stuff and a lot of cool treasure chests. Usually when you find the treasure chest here is some kind of elixir which will replenish your health or your skill points, or it will give you some gems, and if you're full with gems you can't open the chest, and I just hope that you don't have to open all of the chests. And if you can't carry something, and then if you don't open the chest, if that doesn't count towards some trophy, I will be quite mad. Yeah, one other thing I didn't mention, you can transfer your save file to the final game version. Well, the game when the game is released, you can, if you buy the game, you can use this save to continue where you left off after the demo, which is something that is cool, I would say. Although this is just like 2 hours of gameplay, and you can't grind the games, and you can't overpower yourself because there is a limit on how many skills you can learn in each tree, so it's kind of limited. But still, it's I would say this is a good practice to have a demo of the game. That way you can see what the game is all about, and of course the progress is fine. If it doesn't mess with the trophy progress, then it's fine. If it does, it's completely not fine then. But anyway, I think I will be playing this game from the scratch because I need better recordings for collectibles. Probably I will collect everything and I will capture everything and then I will do videos about everything. So this is just like a showcase of the game and of course my commentary on it, which is, I would say, quite positive at the end, but at the beginning I was like, what the fuck is this game about? It's another button masher. I don't like action RPGs, but one of my friends said, okay, so I'm playing action RPGs, I'm playing all of them, and yeah, they are like, when I want to relax from the gaming, it's like relaxing type of games, so that makes sense. I'm always nagging about action RPGs, although I also play them all, every action RPG, although I skipped the Strangers of Paradise. I'm really mad about Final Fantasy franchise at the moment. But I think I will play this game, probably after Star Ocean 6 and a couple of other games like God of War and other ones that will be out at the end of this year. But I must say, this demo looks promising since it uncovers couple of new combos, it shows the combat and everything, the special effects. I kind of like it at the end. I was mad at the beginning, but it's not so bad as I thought it's gonna be. It's gonna be bad. So yeah, not bad. One thing I do miss is the fast travel option. I don't see it here. Maybe it's something that you will unlock a bit later on, maybe some skill or something like that. But I saw that you can return to Valhalla, which is your hub, if you remember. You can return there from any crystal where you can save during this chapter, probably in future chapters as well. But one thing that was noted when I tried to return is that you will lose all of the progress you made during this run, which is weird. Why would I lose my progress? It auto-saves, it does everything. Why it shouldn't just, I don't know, save the game on the crystal and then you can continue from either that travel point or some different travel point. I don't know. Probably fast traveling is something that you will unlock a bit later on. I really hope so, because side missions are like backtrack missions of the chapters you've been through, and if you can't fast travel and if future levels will be bigger, then you will have a problem. I'll be quite mad. So mostly what you will find in treasure chests, like you see here, is the elixirs, which will replenish your health, which is not a bad thing, because maybe I need one right now. Although I will not use it, I think I will use the healing spell a bit later. You'll see, you will find it somewhere. So it's good to open chests, but usually they have garbage items inside. That part I don't like. I was hoping for a more unique approach to treasure chests, although some chests contain I don't know, it's like I think it's ambrosia or some item like that, which can increase your overall health points. So you want to look for that. Maybe I'll just record for my trophy guide, I'll just record those and I will not record this common stuff. I saw that the treasure chests are being they are being replenished when you try the chapter again. So I really hope that this, I don't know what I hope, I just hope that there is not needless opening and needless farming of stuff by repeating certain chapters in certain locations. I don't like backtracking a lot, that makes no sense, and I really hope that will not be present in this game. The boss fights are usually the ones that contain some kind of skill. This one is contains the fire skill. It's the first fire-based skill in the game, which you can equip on your R2 button, and you do it from here, from the equip tab. You can equip it here, but it's automatically equipped as I only have one. So I only have two, so next two items I find that are skills will be automatically equipped. After that you can rearrange them. I mean, you can rearrange them now, but it makes no sense. And later on, when you have 5 or more, then you can replace some of them. I hope that they also add like a shortcut button where you can have more of the skills equipped at the same time. 4 seems like a small number, considering you find 5 or 6, I think 6 during this chapter, and it's only the first part of the game. Yeah, so I really hope that they will add like a shortcut button where you can put more and assign more skills. Skills are really cool and they have cool effects, and that's cool. Like you see, to enhance the weapon you need gems, and gems you get from defeating enemies and from, well, treasure chests, but it's rare, and from the, I don't know what I said, from defeating enemies, treasure chests, and destroying barrels, which I hate, like I said. So this go often here under the Valkyrie tab and use the games you have, because like I said, when you reach the maximum capacity of games you will not gain additional games, therefore making your exploration you know, just use them often. One hint: when you get the game, if it doesn't say that you acquired the game plus 10, it means you're full. Then just go in your Valkyrie tab and on the upgrade tree and use them. Okay, so I think I commented enough so far, so I will just leave you to it for a little bit, for a couple of minutes, until I reach the first side quests, then I will talk more a bit and share some details. So for now, enjoy the part of the gameplay and part of this level.
You are all to be purified, per Odin's decree. I must think of our next move. What fools you are, defying the gods. All threats will be eliminated. Be the first to strike. Light! An easy fight. Flames billow and swirl. Do not underestimate me. Here ends your miserable existence. Lance of flame.
And here we are, the first side quest. Now you'll see when I find one, you'll see. First the tutorial, it says something about side quests. Well, not much you have to hear from here. It's basically read them and then you will add them to your subquest entries. And one note about them, you can't do them while playing the chapter. I was trying to get back and I was trying to find something, whatever this soul said, but that of course never happened. The location was nowhere to be found, and that's because you have to enter and you have to play them over Valhalla, over your hub. In there you can choose them and you can play them, and basically they are just one chunk of this level. Probably it's like inverted part of the level, and then you just go forward. You have some chests along the way, you destroy some targets, you find something, and the side quest is done. So far, the first two side quests, you will see them at the end of the video. They are nothing special so far. I hope this gets better along the way, because I really like the side contents in the games, and I hope that this game doesn't disappoint. So after finding the first side quest, just go forward and don't even think about them. You will find also the second one along the way, but for now just proceed and go further. Again, the next part is about exploring and going through this level, so I will just mute myself a bit and let you enjoy the gameplay, music and the atmosphere. So I will comment out when I reach the tougher enemy and share some details about that.
This should be easy enough. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
Okay, so this is the first tougher enemy. It's like a dragon or something like that. If you play the tutorial mission, you learn about the weak point of enemies. This is something like also a stagger point. If you destroy the tail of, in this example of the dragon, you will stagger him for I don't know, it's like 15-20 seconds maybe, which is a lot, and during that time you can deal a lot of damage. You can aim for the weak point and destroy the enemy. And also one neat thing is that you can get, I think, more or even rare drops, crystal gems, from the destroyed weak point of that kind of an enemy. So it makes sense to dodge and to aim for that point, aim for the weak point, destroy it, and then finish the enemy. It's the best approach.
What fools you are! Defying the gods! You are all to be purified, per Odin's decree. Do not underestimate. The holy laws decree your obliteration.
Here we go. Now I will use the grappling hook to reach the top of this building, and this part is what I like about the game. It's not only about the ground level and exploring the ground level and just going through the mazes and the hallways. It's also about jumping and well, basically traveling the rooftops and trying to find something to collect up above. And for me, basically that is cool. That is cool. I like different perspective when you're exploring, and in past, I kind of disliked the jumping in RPG games, But lately, well, in Shin Megami Tensei 5 or similar games where you can jump, it just gives that extra dimension, you know? And for exploration, if the exploration factor is already really fun and cool and you'll just love spending time exploring and finding stuff, doing side quests, this just adds to that, in my opinion. So having that here is fine, but the invisible walls. The invisible walls are weird. I don't know where I can jump. You can basically jump anywhere and it goes. But sometimes when you're jumping, it's like you're hitting something along the way. And it usually happens if you reach the boundaries of the level, which is in this case outer walls. You can't jump on every outer wall, just on some. And that is weird for me, if you ask me. I think they should let us explore freely and let us jump, you know, down and die if that has to happen. But this is just mix up of these two things, and it's confusing me a bit. Other than that, not bad, but still barrels. Okay, what was this? I think this is another side quest. Yeah, this is subquest, side quest, whatever. It's another one, it's the second one, it's a tougher version of the first one, although it's different, it's not a different version, it's just different side quest. Like said, you can't enter the side quests, you can't complete the side quest now, during your run here. You need to wait to come back to Valhalla, to your hub, and then you can use the, I don't know what's called, that huge globe in the middle, which you interact with, and then you enter chapters. And that's the location where you can enter your side quests. So let's get back to collecting flowers. Let's go back to exploring these village chunks. And I think at the end of this part, no, we still have I think one more area to go through, and after that we will face the boss. So I will leave it to it for a couple of minutes and enjoy. I hope you enjoy.
Your miserable existence. Do not fear, for this is your salvation. Be the first to strike. I will not stop until the world is saved. Defiled soul, you shall be
Is that? A human?
What are you doing here?
No matter. I mustn't be distracted.
This should be easy enough.
So, okay, I will just comment something out here. I think you will find the ambrosia item in this chest, if I'm not mistaken. This is the blue rare chest, so advisable is to open this kind of chests. Yeah, I received ambrosia. Ambrosia is an item, I think it's a rare item and probably a limited item, which is used to expand your health points. That is something you want in this game, as the enemies probably they will deplete much more of your health when they strike you. So having that items and expanding your health points is something you want to do, of course, like in every game. So good luck finding all the ambrosia items.
Be the first to strike. Light! You are all to be purified, per Odin's decree. You are all to be purified, per Odin's decree. I must think on this move.
And we are finally inside the castle, although it doesn't look like a castle, it's like really deserted. And there are more chests and barrels, yay! So destroy them and then try to destroy enemies. They all have their weaknesses. Above the head of the enemy, which you see right now, is the fire. So if you use fire skills, then you will strike with weakness and probably will kill them in one blow. I don't know what I was doing here. Probably I was just mashing the buttons because yeah, I was expecting this game to be like a heavy button masher, but right at this point something happened and you will see. Probably they will hit me. I think they will hit me much more at this point. And this is where I don't know if I stopped button mashing, but it's where I was thinking about, okay, maybe I should block some attacks, maybe I should, maybe I should heal. I like this. When they deplete your health bar, it's not like depleted. Still, it's not depleted. I think you can recover by some means. Yeah, you can of course use the healing skill, but this reminds me of Bloodborne, when they strike some HP from you, and if you're aggressive after that, you can recover some of it. This shows the mechanic like that, but as you see, when I'm striking enemies, the HP is not regenerated, so I'm like confused. What the hell is this? Anyway, this is the point where I started to use different buttons to dodge, to block a bit, to use enemy weaknesses. There are a lot of enemies here, and it's just gonna be harder from now on. So kudos to that. I liked the difficulty spike that was here, and of course you need to clear some rooms out of the enemies so you can progress further, and just bring your map if you're stuck and see where you have to go next. Of course, more boxes, why not?
world awaits salvation.
And we are up to the final, I think this is the final room before the boss of this chapter, final boss of this chapter. This part is, it looks quite good, but still the issue about invisible walls, where you can jump, what doesn't kill you, what kills you, this is still like weird to me. You will see now when I enter the room, I will try to jump down and I will be able to jump down, and then I will try again to jump one more level down and then I will die. So what the hell? I don't know what were they thinking. So you can't distinguish the environment where you can and where you can't jump. That's weird for me. Okay, so maybe I was just talking ahead of myself. First I will collect whatever is in this room, then I will move to the bigger area, bigger room where you have a couple of chains and you have to find 2 rooms, destroy the start of the chain, and then you will open the main doors. Yeah, I just went to the side room and to collect some garbage in the treasure chest, and I did that. So now I'm going back towards the big room. I like the design of the big room. It's cool. I like the chains. It reminds me of some game, maybe Astral Chain, because of the chains. That game, Astral Chain, it's a cool game, although it's not the best one. Okay, now see, I jumped 1 level down. Everything's fine. You can go here. So you're thinking, okay, then I can maybe jump across this gap or just go down. No, you can't do that. So what the hell? What the hell, Square Enix? What the hell is happening here? So okay, that limits the search about for items and anything that is hidden along the way, and that means you can't go 2 levels down, and you can probably also go just 1 level up. That narrows the search. I will just explore this part, and you will see I will have to destroy 2 big blocks of chains, and in the room where the enemy will attack me. I will destroy enemies, I will destroy chains, I will open the doors, and then I will face the boss. So until then I will just leave you to it to see a couple of exploration minutes and a couple of fights. So I will be back in the boss fight.
The holy laws decree your obliteration. Ready like a bull. This should be easy enough. All threats will be eliminated. The holy laws decree your obliteration. Flames billow and swirl. A fearsome foe. This should be easy enough. That was a tenacious one. Defiled soul, you shall be free. Pierce all before you. Hail Defiled soul, you shall be free. Here, fall before you. I must think of our next move. Defiled soul, you shall be free. Farewell, defiant soul. Undead entity. No, wait. It's a Nagelfire. Wretched soul, by Odin's command, you shall be purified. This should be easy enough.
Okay, so who is this guy? And what does he want? Probably, yeah, he wants your guts and he's trying to destroy you, he or she or whatever this being is. For this fight, it's not so easy as the first fight against the first boss in the tutorial or some tougher enemies. This one requires a bit of tactic, but still it uses like 3 main attacks, couple of combo attacks. They're all easily dodgeable. The only one that yeah, this one you can't block this one. Remember that you can't block it. I was trying to block it and it doesn't help. So it's weak against the piercing damage, which I noticed just later, not now at the beginning. And this attack is also the one I couldn't block or dodge, so I don't know why. I probably just have to go further and then jump twice to avoid it, but I was too... Yeah, I didn't do that. And the boss itself, it's quite fine. It's fun. It's not bad. Using magic against the boss is also fine. And the learning tactics is much more fun than it was in the previous fight. So you have to just dodge a block a bit here and yeah, do that in order to win. Otherwise he will destroy you. And you can also use the left or down D-pad buttons or whatever you set as a shortcut to use the items to heal yourself or your art dodge or whatever you need to during this fight. I was just dodging and I learned the patterns after first few seconds, and after I was hit for a couple of times, and after that it was easy.
Return back from whence you came, lost soul. What is... Speak. Who or what are you?
I am... My name is Egon.
How is it that you became a Naglfar?
Naglfar? My apologies. I have no idea what just happened here.
Your soul attracted the souls of the undead. They distorted you and created a monster.
My soul? Who are you, exactly?
I am a Valkyrie. Odin has commanded me to purify the souls of the undead.
A Valkyrie? Like the goddesses of fate? I've heard of you in the old tales. It is said that you guide the souls of chosen warriors to Asgard. Which would mean... I'm dead. I'm sorry you went through all that trouble for me.
I have seen that soul somewhere before. No matter. I must inform Odin of this at once.
Well, congratulations for beating the chapter 1, and well, congratulations to me for beating the chapter 1. Now, this is where the demo stops. I mean, it doesn't stop, but you can do the sub quests, which you have two of them, which you found during the chapter 1 run, and you can enter them from here. This is the only place, I think this is the only place, at least for now, where you can enter the side quests. And basically they just represent one small chunk of the first chapter, which you again go through, and at the end you'll find some rewards. The rewards are good, so I advise you to do the side quests. And like I said, after playing the demo, you can continue with the save when the game will be released. So whatever you see fit, you can do. So the save transfer is possible. Like you see, part of the map is smaller here for the side quests. It's basically the same, it's just inverted flow here. It's not so imaginative. I hope that the all quests will have something unique to show, instead of just repeating the chunks of the levels you've already beaten. I don't like that. But for the first two side quests it was fine. I like the ones which involve some kind of a combat, which is much harder than the regular enemies and regular spawns. So the second side quest was better than the first one, and I hope that they will bring some stories, some context to the story, so it's not that they are fetchy. I don't like fetchy side quests without any purpose, so I hope that will not be the case in this game. So that's that from me in this video. I hope you find this video to be useful, and I hope that you can support me by liking and subscribing, and I would appreciate that. So until next time, probably in a couple of days I will do the same video for the Star Ocean 6, which I'm looking forward to. I didn't at the beginning, but now I'm getting really excited about it. It's looking better and better by each showcase. So, cheers for now, and bye bye.
All threats will be eliminated. An easy Your fate has been decided. Let us continue to cleanse the world. The holy laws decree your obliteration. Back to the void. An easy fight. Know that this is your fate. It's over. The world awaits salvation. I must think of our next move. Be the first to strike. Not a shred shall remain. Farewell, defiant soul. You are all to be purified. Our Odin's decree. Be gone! You have nowhere to run.